live video because I did one on the beach earlier in Pattaya, and I've got a pair of AirPods and they're a bit dodgy, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. So I played the video back and it just kept cutting in and out. So I am in the process of uploading another video for you guys, but for some reason I can't connect to Wi-Fi, so I thought I'd do a little live Q&A. And also as well, I did try and do this earlier. Let's get the laptop going. I know there's no one watching yet, so we're all good. But I wanted to, because I know I've got quite a small audience, I wanted to basically do a live Q&A about questions about quitting alcohol. And obviously I appreciate that I've only got one viewer at the minute on here, and we're close to 500 subs, so if you haven't subbed, subscribe. But I wanted to answer questions that people have related to quitting alcohol. One being, a lot of people think that they've tried to quit so many times that if they get help from someone else, they start to think that it's not going to work, which is completely understandable. I understand, like, if you book a call with me or you watch my videos, you might like my content and think, you know, he speaks some good stuff. But obviously, you know, if you're speaking to a stranger on the internet on a call, you know, you're always a bit skeptical if they can actually help you quit alcohol, which is understandable. I would feel the same as well. So I know that's one concern that people have. They just feel like they feel like they can't find a way to quit alcohol. They feel that they've tried so many times with different scenarios, different situations, different techniques, and nothing works. So one of the questions that we're going to do, we're going to pretend that we've got people in the audience now who are asking me questions, but we're actually going to go on Reddit and do a little bit of research. Everything feels like it's going wrong today, by the way. Not that you care. But yeah, quitting alcohol. Quitting alcohol questions. You know when you have them days when like the Wi-Fi doesn't work and like nothing seems to go right, and you just can't quite put your finger on it? Well, it's one of them days for me right now. And I want to bring this point up to you as well. Whenever you want to go out drinking, the excitement leading up to go out to drinking is always more exciting and fun than actually doing the thing itself. And I've actually come on holiday to Bangkok and Pattaya for a couple of days. Thought it was going to be amazing. You know, you get a hit of dopamine as you're on the way to the trip or you're planning the trip. And then when you're actually on the trip, you realize like how much you miss your own bed, your own routine. And it's the same with drinking, isn't it? Like you gear yourself up, you're like, right, I'm going to go out with all my friends, it's going to be amazing, we're going to have a good time. And then you go out and then you have the first drink, then you have the second drink, then someone orders some cocaine, you do the first line of cocaine, and then before you know it, you're up all night. You don't sleep very well, and you wake up the next day and you're hungover, and it's always the anticipation towards drinking, which is fun, and then actually doing a thing, you're just full of regret and shame, and you know, you wish you hadn't done it. And there's been plenty of times in my life where I've gone out drunk, even taken drugs, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, and then I regret it. So, okay. I have no idea why the internet is not working. I cannot understand why nothing's working. I don't know, guys. Right, okay. We're gonna ask ChatGPT what the most common... Nothing's working. Right, okay. I don't know what's happening here. I literally can't connect to any internet for some reason. Okay. Oh my God, I've got it working. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Most common, right, come on, work. Drop a question in the chat if you've got a question about quitting drinking, improving your health, improving your routine, getting in shape, anything personal development wise. Drop a question and I'll do my best to answer it. Most common worries when it comes to quitting alcohol. It's not the best lighting either, is it? I don't know who that is in the chat, but it looks like Ty Wrighton, and I'm not quite sure if they follow the channel, but hi. Okay, so here are the most common worries people have when it comes to quitting alcohol, especially men in their 30s to 50s who've been drinking for years. Social and identity fears. Who will I be without it? They've built an identity being around the fun guy, the party guy, the drinker. Right, okay. This is actually a great prompt. So, I'll tell you a little story actually. When I was 20, was I 20? Yeah, I remember being in a house party and I was with these people who I'm still friends with them. But anyway, like at one point these people didn't like me and they wanted to beat me up when I was in school and stuff. And I remember then I got to hang out with them and I thought, oh, I'm so cool. Like I'm with these people who wanted to beat the shit out of me before. And I'm in this house party with them and we've been up all night taking drugs, drinking. And I remember I had 2 watches on my arm. And it was like Saturday morning, we'd been up all night. And someone said, why do you have 2 watches on your wrist? And I went, I've got too much time on my hands. And everyone just burst out laughing. And I distinctly remember that minute when everyone started laughing at me, I thought, these people actually like me because I'm funny. But the problem was, I'd been up all night, I'd been drinking, I'd been taking cocaine, and I was destroying myself. I was funny because I had more confidence, but it was fake confidence. It was borrowed confidence. So I can understand that people who drink, they tie their identity to drinking alcohol. And they're worried if they stop drinking alcohol, their friends might not like them. They won't be confident in public. And that is a big worry to have. And it's a valid worry. So, but that comes with time. The longer you stay away from drinking, the more you get used to building an identity outside being a drinker. Will I lose my friends? Fear of being left out, judged, or no longer fitting in with their social group? It's a big question. If you quit alcohol, there's a good chance that you're not going to have anything in common with the people that you drink with. So it's true, it's a valid worry. I've got friends that I still hang around with. They're drinkers. We have some things in common, but my friends that I hang around with now, they don't drink a lot. And honestly, when you take time away from these people who just constantly drink, you start to gain a bit of space. There's a bit of space that happens in your life where new people can come into your life. I'm just going to turn the aircon on because it's absolutely boiling here. Yeah, it's true. You no drink alcohol. No, I don't drink alcohol. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, no, I don't drink alcohol. Alcohol is not for me. Not very good. So let's go into some more questions. Now that I've quit alcohol, what will I do instead? Because drinking is often seen their default for relaxing, socializing, or escaping boredom. I'll tell you something for nothing. If you're using alcohol to relax, then there's a deeper worry in your life. Because I can quite happily relax without a drink in my hand. I mean, it's night time, I'm sitting in front of the laptop, I'm drinking water. But you don't need to have alcohol to relax. People think that if they drink alcohol in the night time, it will help them relax and they'll fall asleep better. This is not true. You might fall asleep because it just makes you tired, but then your sleep is just completely disrupted. You don't go into REM sleep, which is the most restorative cycle in the most restorative phase in the sleep cycle. So it means if you're a guy, your muscles don't repair themselves. If you're learning stuff throughout the day, you don't retain that information because you're not sleeping very well. I'm in a different condo tonight, and I didn't sleep very well last night. I had broken sleep, and I'm not as sharp today. I don't feel as switched on. I don't feel as happy. Because having a good night's sleep just sets you up for a good morning. Think about it this way, okay? If we go to bed at the same time every night, we wake up at the same time every morning, which means we stick to our routines, which means we can go to the gym before work. Then we're in a good mood because we've exercised and it's raised our frequency. Because we've gone to the gym, we're more inclined to eat healthy throughout the day, which means our brain's going to perform better, we're going to have better energy levels, which means we're going to just perform better, which means we're going to win the days, we're going to win the weeks, then we're going to start to build some momentum, which means we're going to win the months, and then you win the years, and then you win decades, and that's how you start winning at life. That's how life starts to get good. How will I be able to cope with stress now I've stopped drinking? Because for some of you, alcohol has become a crutch. You use it to deal with pressure, anxiety, or low self-worth. So I'm working with a guy, and we did a call the other day, and we asked what his routine was, what time he usually drinks alcohol. He's not drinking at the minute because he's working with me, so he's following the plan. But we asked him, what time do you start drinking? He said about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. Asked him why he drinks. He said because he's stressed because of work. So then we broke down his routine and how he was structuring his days. And it turns out that he would drink alcohol at like 6, 7 at night. He'd go to bed at 2 a.m. As a result, he would wake up late in the morning, so he wouldn't be able to get ahead and get his 2 hours of work in. And as a result of that, it would cause his day to be more stressful because he was falling behind. And then he would get like this feeling in his chest, like this big build up, anxiety. And then he would drink alcohol to relieve it. So you're just in this vicious circle of drinking, going to bed stressed, bad sleep, not doing your work in the morning, trying to play catch up, drinking again. And that's how you get in a destructive cycle, and then you've got a drinking problem. Will I sleep if you stop drinking? Many rely on alcohol to help them fall asleep, even if it ruins sleep quality. I'll tell you this for something. When I quit alcohol, I started getting really good sleep actually. I was getting really, really deep sleep. I was getting some weird dreams. A lot of people do get weird dreams when they stop drinking. I actually went to Ibiza for a week, and I remember we just partied flat out for a week. Came home and I had like sleep paralysis. I remember just laying in bed and my mind was awake, but my body was like fast, like I couldn't move. And I just remember thinking that I could hear people walking up the stairs, like to come and get me, but I was in a dream. That's called sleep paralysis. And I think it was all like the toxins leaving my body. But I mean, my sleep is pretty good. I sleep pretty well all the time. Because I go to bed at the same time relatively every night. I stick to the same routine, the same structure. My sleep's pretty good. If I do get a bad sleep like last night, I feel terrible. Today I felt absolutely awful. Yeah, just felt terrible today because I didn't sleep properly. I've eaten healthy, but that is because I'm on 75 hard and I have to eat healthy. It's a requirement. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're not sleeping properly, then, you know, overall conclusion, when you quit alcohol, you're going to sleep better. What do we have next? What can I think of? What was the biggest concern I had when I quit drinking? I'll tell you something. One of the biggest concerns I had if I didn't stop drinking is that I would and could end up a loser. I thought to myself, if I don't stop drinking, I will end up a loser. My hair looks absolutely terrible. Do you know what? I can't wait to get back to my condo. I literally can't wait. I hate this place. It's terrible. There's nothing like living in your own place. Another common question people have when it comes to quitting drinking, they say to themselves, can they really do it? Because they've tried before and they've failed. The fear of failure is huge. I'll be honest with you. I never thought I had a fear of failure until I actually realized what the fear of failure was, ironically. So I get this when I make a YouTube video. I'm like procrastinating and I'm worrying about putting this video out because I want it to perform really well. And the fact is, I'm in the fear of failing. I don't want to fail. I want this video to be amazing. Just like I'm doing this live stream now. You know, it could be a real fear for me that people will look at this and think like, I don't know what I'm talking about, or I look terrible on camera, or who is this guy? But I just push away my fear. Like, I've got no fear of failing anymore. Like, I'm here to serve you, to tell you about my own experiences. And when it comes to quitting drinking, it's true. If you've tried many times to quit alcohol and you failed every single time, then if you fail 10 times, what makes you think the 11th time is going to work? I had a call with a guy earlier. He wanted to join my coaching program, and one of his main concerns was he's gone 3 months without drinking alcohol. And he thought if he worked with me, that why would this be any different? And I can understand. I understand why he's saying that, because he's only gone 3 months and he's always gone back to drinking. So it's a real concern for people. But if you're really committed to stopping drinking, you can do it. I quit by myself. I didn't have any help off anybody. I absolutely love Thailand. Thailand is amazing. It's the best. It's the best place. I left Australia And I was so worried about leaving Australia because it's such a great country. And I moved to Bali, then Vietnam. And my friend said, come to Thailand, they're really nice. So I caught a plane to Bangkok. And on the second day in Thailand, there was an earthquake. And I was like, oh my God, do I want to live in Thailand? And I stayed. I moved to Hua Hin, or Hua Hin, and it's amazing. I love it. It's a great place to be. So what we were talking about, the fear of failure. Yeah, it's true. If you've failed many times with quitting drinking, then yeah, it's a real concern. But the truth is, if you really want to improve your life and you really want to become rich, successful, have a family, start your own business, escape that job that you hate, never have to worry about money in your life, then quitting alcohol is the solution. It's going to give you complete clarity of mind. You're going to have more energy, more focus to focus on what you want to get out of life. So yeah, you can really do it. If you put your mind to anything, you can do it. And there's a great quote that I love. If you can or you can't, rather, if you think you can or you can't, you're probably right. Sir Henry Ford. And he was the creator of the Ford automobile. Anyway, guys, that's 22 minutes of streaming. If you do have any questions, if you do join this stream after my 466 subscribers, please put a question below and ask me what your real concerns are with quitting alcohol. Because I mean, I am 5 years sober. I've been there, done it. I failed multiple times. I think I must have tried for about 10 years to quit and I was always unsuccessful. But I did quit in the end. It is possible. Any questions, pop them in the comment section below. And also, do you like festival? Nope, don't like festivals. And also as well, if you do want to work with me one-to-one, you can book a free call me, a free roadmap call, and we can look at your life, see where you're struggling with alcohol, and we can work out a plan together to remove it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.